Okay, today we're going to talk about how to buy basically any cryptocurrency and how the things that differ from what you're probably used to with the stock market. In the crypto world, you've got two different types of exchanges that you do. One is from dollars or your local currency to into crypto when you make your first move into crypto. And then you've got crypto to crypto exchanges. There are different exchanges to serve those two markets. Generally, they're not done on the same exchange. So, Coinbase for the US is a very popular option, probably the most popular option. Um, this is where you link your bank account and move money into crypto for the first time. Creating an account is pretty straightforward. You're going to verify your identity. That's a common thing. You're going to upload your ID and stuff. That's all normal for Coinbase. And then when you want to move money, you're going to move dollars into crypto. So you'll go to buy and sell. What's limiting about Coinbase is you only have these four options: Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, and Litecoin. So making that first step into crypto from dollars, most exchanges that support dollars and linked bank accounts will only give you a few crypto options. Well, if you want to invest in something other than these four cryptos, you need some way to do that. So you're going to need a second exchange. Most of those other exchanges only deal in crypto. You can't link a bank account. So it becomes a two-step process of link a bank account, move dollars into crypto, whatever crypto is available, generally Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin. And then as a second step, move the crypto you now own to a second exchange that will allow you to exchange crypto for crypto. So I have a Coinbase account. I've linked my bank account already. So you can move money in two different ways. You can purchase one of these coins. Let's say I wanted to buy Bitcoin. I say payment method, my bank, and then I fill in an amount. And you can actually set up a recurring payment for dollar cost averaging and investing over time. Best retirement plan on the planet as far as I'm concerned. But this is now, if I click buy Bitcoin here, I'm now going to buy $50 worth of Bitcoin. Now, what's going to happen with Coinbase is it's going to take, I think the absolute minimum is 3 days, and it can be as much as 8 or 10 days for an ACH transfer to happen. So Coinbase has to move your money out of your bank account into its account, and then it's got to trade that for Bitcoin. So that takes days. That takes, I don't know, for some reason, even more than an average ACH, which I think is like 3 days. So you're going to wait 8 to 10 days most of the time for your crypto. So you have two options. If you want to lock in today's price, right? If you think it's going to go up, or if it is going up and you want to get in now, you can say buy Bitcoin the way we just did here, and you lock in today's price. You say, I want $50 worth of Bitcoin at the price right now. And Coinbase is happy to make that happen. If, however, you say, I don't want to wait when the time comes, so I want to get my money moved, but I don't want today's price. I just want to move my dollars into Coinbase so that they're sitting there and ready. I want to get that 8-day window out of the way, but I want to buy like a month from now. Well, you also have this other option. If you go to, you can't do it from the screen. If you go to accounts, you have the USD wallet. So you can say deposit, select your linked bank account, select an amount, and click continue. That'll move dollars as is. And then later you can do a trade to trade your US dollars from your USD wallet on Coinbase into something else like Bitcoin. Okay, so now after you do that, you'll see balances here. I have a tiny balance there, no balance, no balance. So after you go through that first step, you move money, you trade into Bitcoin, for instance, Now you have Bitcoin. Now you have some kind of cryptocurrency, but I'm a huge fan of EOS. So let's talk about EOS. You can't buy EOS on Coinbase. Well, so now you've got to move the cryptocurrency you do have somewhere else that will allow you to swap that cryptocurrency for EOS. I use Binance. So you create a Binance account. You actually don't have to verify your identity on Binance. So creating an account on Binance is super fast and really easy. So you're just gonna be transferring your cryptocurrency. So again, under the Accounts tab, we're gonna go to Send. Get rid of this. And then you're gonna put your Bitcoin address that you're sending to. In this case, we're sending to Binance. So if I go to Binance and I say funds, I want to do a deposit to Binance. And I want to deposit, in this case, Bitcoin, but you can deposit anything. Bitcoin. Here's your address. You can click copy. Take that back to Coinbase. Say I want to send to this address, which is my Coinbase address. And you want to verify. I always check the address every time I copy and paste just to make sure I got the right thing. If you're copy and pasting a few transactions in a row, you want to make absolutely sure you didn't paste the wrong one. Sometimes you'll click copy and it doesn't copy for whatever reason, and you still have the address you copied the time before. So I always check with addresses the first 4 to 6 letters and the last 4 to 6 letters just to kind of spot check that it's the right one. Select your what you want to transfer. Select the amount. You can click Send Max, which will just fill in everything you have. You can include a note, but you don't have to do that. And you click Continue. At this point, you're requesting of Coinbase that they transfer from your Coinbase wallet to your Binance Bitcoin wallet. Coinbase will take a little while to do that. So there's 2 waiting periods that you'll go through, maybe even 3 depending on how you count it. You're at first going to wait for Coinbase to actually make the request of the Bitcoin network. And that takes a variable amount of time. It's minutes. Usually I think it's less than 10 minutes. But during peak time, this stuff varies a lot. So don't be surprised if it takes an hour or 2. Coinbase will eventually produce a transaction ID. You'll be able to see it in your history. That's shown on the right here. This is your transaction history. You can click on any of the items in the transaction history. So once you see one that's pending, you can click on that to get more details on it. That'll give you, that'll show the amount and the time while Coinbase is processing it. Once Coinbase actually broadcasts that transaction to the Bitcoin network for integration into the blockchain, you'll get a TXID, which is a transaction ID. You can see more about that in my video on withdrawing funds from Binance. But that TXID will allow you to track the status of the transaction in the Bitcoin network. So Coinbase broadcasts that, the Bitcoin network adds it into a block, and then you have to wait for confirmations. Confirmations are additional blocks being added to the Bitcoin blockchain after the block that your transaction was included in. And a new block is generated every 10 minutes for Bitcoin. And that number varies, so it's different for Ethereum, different for Litecoin. So watch my video on Binance withdrawing to see that in action and described a little more, or sign up for my newsletter, which will talk you through processes like this in more detail so you understand how they work. When you're moving money digitally like this, and it takes more time than you expect, it's completely nerve-wracking. So understanding how to track your money through this whole process is very useful. And in my withdrawing from Binance video, I walk you through how to track your transaction through the blockchain using what's called a block explorer. All right, so eventually when you have a TXID, that means that it's on its way to Binance. Binance will pretty quickly, Binance is really good about this, show in your history the transaction in progress. And I think it'll say processing or in progress or something like that. And it'll show you the number of confirmations that are shown on the blockchain. The first step is getting your transaction in a block, but then the second step is waiting for enough confirmations that Binance is comfortable that that money is really in their hands, right? Binance, every exchange has a certain number of confirmations they require before they consider the money settled. Binance is for Ethereum is 30 confirmations last I checked, and Bitcoin's I believe is still 6, although I think I remember it being 4 recently. So you'll see Binance will tell you, here's how many you have, / here's how many you need. And you'll be able to watch that, refresh the screen and watch that progress. Once you get to the required number of confirmations, you'll see your balance in Binance. Once you have a balance in Binance, which you can check on the funds balances screen, you then want to trade that, right? So in my theoretical example that I've done a lot of, I might buy Ethereum on Coinbase, and then I want to convert that into EOS. So I'll move my Ethereum once I have it on Coinbase to Binance, and then I'll swap that for EOS. So you do that on the exchange screen. So you go to Exchange Basic. I cover this screen, what it all means and how to use it in my video on the Binance Exchange screen, exchanging cryptocurrencies. So look there for detail. I won't touch on any detail here just to avoid duplication. Let's say, I'm going to switch currencies now. Let's say that we're doing, well, actually, I guess I don't have to. If I want EOS and I just transferred BTC, I'm going to find EOS BTC. You'll see in my other video about trading pairs, you need what you're looking for and what you have. Look at the other video for more details on that. Then you click, once you've sorted and selected your base currency, you then click on this, and that'll update this to EOS BTC. So now the whole screen is configured to trade BTC for EOS. Next, if you want to just do it immediately at market, click on market, make a market order. More complicated is limit. Again, see my Binance video on the Binance basic exchange screen for details on that. To make a market order, you'll have your balance of BTC listed here, and you have these buttons to show trade a certain percentage of your current balance. So if you had X number of BTC and you wanted to trade half of it, you could click 50%, and it'll fill in an amount of EOS you can get for 50% of your current BTC balance. You can click buy. It's a market order, so it'll go through immediately. You'll see it in your order history at the bottom of the screen here. And then once your order has filled, you'll be able to see your balance again in funds balances. And the last step would be to get your cryptocurrency off of the exchange. You don't want to leave your crypto on any exchange. You can see how to withdraw crypto balances from Binance in my other tutorial on withdrawing crypto from Binance. That's it for this end-to-end walkthrough of how do I buy whatever crypto I want. Thanks for watching, and leave any feedback and comments in the comment section below.